Have you ever wondered how cinematographers create different visual effects in films? How they manipulate the visual style and emotional impact of a movie? The answer lies in two fundamental concepts of cinematography: frame rate and shutter angle. Dive into the world of frame rate first. It's the number of individual frames or images displayed per second in a sequence, usually measured in frames per second. Some standard frame rates you might encounter are 24, 30, or 60 frames per second. But why are these numbers significant? The traditional frame rate for narrative filmmaking is 24 frames per second. It gives that cinematic look we all know and love when we're at the movies. On the other hand, higher frame rates like 30 or 60 frames per second are often used in television or sports broadcasts. They produce smoother motion and a more realistic or broadcast look. Now, let's turn the spotlight to shutter angle. It refers to the portion of a complete 360-degree rotation that the camera's shutter is open. In the digital world where physical shutters often take a back seat, the term shutter angle still describes the duration of the virtual shutter. The standard for cinematic motion pictures is a 180-degree shutter angle, which mimics the motion blur seen in the human eye and contributes to that traditional cinematic look. A decrease in the shutter angle results in less motion blur, creating a sharper look, often used for action scenes. Conversely, increasing the shutter angle produces more motion blur, giving a smoother, more dreamlike aesthetic. So, what's the difference between frame rate and shutter angle? Frame rate decides how many frames are captured or displayed per second, while shutter angle determines how long each frame is exposed to light during capture. In a nutshell, frame rate and shutter angle are not just terms or numbers. They are the paintbrush and palette of a cinematographer, allowing them to manipulate the visual style and emotional impact of a film. The choice of frame rate and shutter angle can influence the perceived realism, mood, and visual aesthetics of a cinematic work. They are the unsung heroes behind the beauty and magic of cinema.